This is Tyler Chaffo. I've been in the AIDC industry, working in various things over the past 15 years, from things like IoT, more specifically RFID. In the past 5 years or so, I've been really laser focused on what does sustainability mean for this. And certainly, when you look at item level needs, one of those being digital product passport legislation, but also more emerging in terms of the various adjacent industries that AIDC touches as well. I'm going to talk about quickly, from a young professional standpoint, how best to navigate remote work in AIDC. What are some opportunities? What are some challenges? What you can do to kind of set yourself on a path of success, and also, still continue to grow your career, grow your brand, really, provide an impact back to your company. So one of the things that I think is very important when you think about how to stay productive while working from home or working remotely is, establish a space. And, sometimes space can be limited if you're in an apartment in a large city, or if you have children at home or whatever it is, but try to make it a space that feels separate from everywhere else, where when you're in that is your working space, you're at the office, you won't have disturbances like children or other noise factors, pets or what have you, knocking on the door as you would if you were actually in a physical office removed from your home. So I think it's very important to try to establish a workspace that feels separate, that also feels like you're at the office. Personally, what some of the things that I try to do to stay productive, and I encourage everyone to do this, is think about what you need to get done that week. What are some big items? Are they meetings you need to have, presentations to build, products to develop? Make a checklist and hold yourself to that checklist. Another thing that I think is really important is block your calendar with certain activities that you want to do, I'll say, focus work, so that you're not getting meetings put onto your call, because quickly, I think in remote work situations, because everyone is, working remotely, there's an expectation that you're always available. And so a lot of meetings can get put up on your calendar. And at the end of the day, if you've been on on a meeting for 8 hours, it doesn't allow you much time for focus time. So I would strongly urge you to block your calendar when you can, obviously in accordance with any kind of company policies you might have, but it gives you that time for focus work. And also, as I mentioned, creating a list that helps to kind of set your goals for the week and keeping yourself accountable for it. I also think it's important to check in with your manager, the beginning of the week, the end of the week, maybe midweek, make sure you're kind of, you're moving things along. The other thing I think that's important is, that you still maintain a work-life balance, and that, you don't burn the midnight oil too much. But, I think personally, sometimes I get work done better in the mornings when things are quiet or late at night. And so I take that level of flexibility. One of the other things I think is really important with the work-life balance is, still to maintain a sense of connection. And that can be joining local networks. For example, I'm a member of a local sustainability organization here in Pittsburgh, a practitioners network where we get together. We do site visits, we do social gatherings like happy hours, and it's a good way to stay connected with colleagues and customers even. So I would strongly recommend, if you're not traveling and as much and you're not going to an office, that you maintain that kind of physical connection with people, either in region or in your company or in a similar function. So it's very important. I think, when you do that, then you have a better kind of benefit back to your work, life. And then, these things are very complementary to one another.